And Nick asked him, so why did you delete all your stuff in Discord? I swear to God, you gotta find that clip. It might not even be out. It might even be out yet. He goes,
maybe.
No.
It might be out.
You know what NEXPO said? Well, because I knew he was making a video.
Holy shit.
Yeah, if you get the NEXPO, you can go to the NEXPO interview. We should listen to that right now.
And that is why I'm so thrown off by this, because
why does he keep saying that? Why does he keep saying that he's thrown off by this? This came out of nowhere. Like, oh, your best friend did it to you?
There's one. This is a question that a lot of people are asking: is how come you deleted your DMs with Max?
Because I knew he was going to create a false narrative about me.
He just spent the last 20 minutes saying, I don't know why he's doing this. And this is the NEXPO interview?
Sorry, no, there's so many chat. I don't know how you do this live, bro. It's like crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
because he had to walk away from his computer.
You know, it's just
so many comments going, man.
You know what's on slow mode right now? They have a 3-second timeout.
Are you serious? Oh my God.
All right.
Well,
I'm super confused here. So, when on your timeline did Max tell you and Nick Crowley? So you're saying this happened in 2021. That he was
Nick Crowley was the one that got dragged into it, by the way. The Max videos. He's like, I'm sorry, Nick.
Yeah, he was just like in the group.
I think he's probably the only this guy in the whole crew that I could see. But I'm sure if I got to know him, I'd find out he's a snake too, just like all the other YouTubers.
Probably.
Creep.
Yes. Yeah, 2021, he told us he was a creep. We had the late night talk. Max was going off about remarks that Jim made about my neighbor's wife. He was going off about how he needs to feed his kids because Jim doesn't feed them when he makes videos. He was going off about the spit roast thing. He was going off. It was just a bunch of stuff.
I didn't know what that meant until like an hour later.
I put in my document. So,
but if you guys all thought he was a creep, then why didn't you guys cut him off sooner? That's my question. Because this seemingly went on for a while.
Well, we might make a video on this. We're all a bunch of rats worried about a YouTube channel and their reputations. We had no proof. Well, Max told us. The guy's full of shit. So we had to pretend. We didn't know.
And it was kind of just like a friend group ribbing thing.
Tommy, did I say I don't know? Yes, I said I don't know Nick Crowley.
So like he was being weird with waitresses. He like exposed himself into what was later supposedly a minor.
Here's the thing, bro. Okay, so there's a lot that's been left unsaid about Jim. There is a lot that Jim has done, like I put in my statement, that I had personal grievances with him already.
He's doing the same thing Muda is. What?
Him and I have hashed this out already in private.
Yeah, you hashed it out.
So tell us.
Yeah, tell us. Like, I bet he was. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. We're gonna hash this out. All this stuff about you being a pedo is bullshit. But I don't like you for other reasons. What reasons are that? And Jim's probably just like, oh God, thank God this is over. I had to go on Tommy C's show and cuck out and kiss Mama Max's ass. Let me just put this to an end.
If other people want to come out and reveal those things, that is not my place to do so. But
oh fuck,
there are things that
still shit on him. Because here's the thing: we all have to think Night Docs, even though this whole thing happened, even though Night Docs got absolutely fucked by his rotten fucking friends, we still, by Muda and this guy, have to think that he's a rotten son of a bitch.
Yeah,
and
there's
something they have said, except for Max said it, which is probably a lie, right? Nothing they said even mildly equates to anything, at worst, just an annoying guy. He sounds like he's a big mouth, talked about chicks a lot. Oh, bang that chick, one of those. I mean, God, wouldn't have any friends when I was growing up in high school. At the time,
the guy got divorced. The guy was just recently divorced.
Yeah, let me tell you something. When I got divorced, I was fucking banging my brains out the first day she left, and it felt great.
Yeah, dude, you would never be friends with NEXPO and Muda.
No, never in a million years. Because, like, I don't know, like, I always hung around dudes, you know, and that's what it's taken, 10 years for me to figure out. Like, I don't know why every Canadian I've ever run into, I don't watch hockey, that's in this community, like, there's not a dude among them.
That Jim has done
What has Jim done?
that they're not necessarily friendship ending like I put in my document, but
Every Canadian I ever met, like I don't know, like every European, I'm not into football. Like
Yeah,
there's
fucking, like,
no
what,
dude.
like Fletch?
It's just like Fletch is normal, and so is Deckard. But like every other fucking Canadian I've met, like, hey, so you know, like who? Like I'm a Ranger fan. Like I'm just because every Canadian I meet, like normally outside of computer shit, is just like I'm biggest Leafs fan. I'm like fucking, oh my god, he's taking the Habs game. They're just soft, weird guys, all of them.
it did change my view of
And I'm
it.
not saying just because you don't like sports, you know, like you could be in the. I know guys in California, they hate team sports and they're in a hardcore fight. Like it doesn't make a guy, but there's nothing guy about them, and that's why because they all don't have fathers, and that's why they can rat and shit on each other and play all these mean girl games. Because nobody grew up calling him a bitch like I was, and like Tommy is too.
And that's just the fact. So there were no
The drill sergeant whispered in my ear because I went to unisex basic training. What a pussy I was.
pedophile allegations about Jim until the night that Max started filling us in about all this stuff.
They pick up, Rosie's right, they pick up mom habits. It's entirely YouTube. They all pick up mom habits.
And then we knew.
Mhm.
So from then on, it just became open season, like just dogging on this guy because, dude, Max convinced us that he was a creep, and that's it.
But Max is like a
Like-
How did he
pedophile
convince
hunter
you?
too. So but didn't that give you any sort of like, hey, this guy hunts pedophiles, but he thinks this guy is one, and he lived with him, and like, I guess at that point, weren't you like confused about like Max's character, why he'd be around someone that he thinks is a pedophile?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I just don't know what was happening.
Yeah, that's a
Give him an
stunner. And I tell you something, if Nick didn't like you, you would have got roasted for that answer.
Dude, Nick just gave him up.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, he just let him off. I want to
hear.
hear that again for my own, all 15 seconds of it.
And like, I guess at that point, weren't you like confused about like Max's character, why he'd be around someone that he thinks is a pedophile?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought of that. I just kept on seeing the sub count. Like we made fun of Bobax for that shit during open folders. These guys are the same way. They just think Bobax says it out loud. Well, Twins got 100,000 subs.
They're all
I just don't know.
spineless idiots.
God,
That's all they are. Just
your
fucking
value,
spineless fucking idiots.
yeah, your value is a human being to them is your sub count or what you're pulling.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
Happening. It
I don't
seems
know.
like everyone kind of
That's why I fucking Zaptai and Bionic Pig and they never liked me. They just followed me like I would make fun of them. You know.
thought they had like a pedo in their friend group, and they were all just bashing the shit out of him.
Yeah. I mean, the point blank is like,
I bet Night Dog's is a fucking cuck too, but I bet he's more of a man than these three.
it all started. This whole thing started. Like, I have DMs from immediately before this trip. I'm sure.
And why did Night Dogs call in here? Because he thought like I'd be intimidated by his goddamn by his sub count. Because he thinks everybody's like them. They all think they're like each other. Oh, I can't speak up to that guy. What was he? He probably thought I was going to call in and ask him to collab. That's what Alex did. That's what Alex did to Nick DEORIO. Essentially, he was like, "Oh, guy, this guy's got 1,000 subs. I got this." Yeah, he got it all right.
He's going to probably bring them up one day or whatever. But I have DMs from before this trip. The most recent Cringe Kitchen released like a month or two before this trip. I was friends with Jim. I was not as like best friends with him as I was originally throughout 2020, but I was still friends with Jim all the way up to till this trip. We had our grievances.
friends?
They were personal. I kind of, distance a little bit because, like things happen in friendships. No one's perfect. But then this night happened where Max dropped all of this shit on us. And then I was like, okay, I trust you.
You would think if it was just little shit, like little like disagreements or like I have friends that have annoying traits in their personality, right? But I still keep them around because I don't think you're a real good friend if you can't put up with like one or two annoying people. Like if they just annoy you a little, you get rid of them. And what did he say before? He said before that there's other stuff there that if other people want to bring it up like this. And now he's like, I like we were good, but then that thing happened and
Let's cut him off. Like that's where that started. So it's confusing.
You want to know why people act like it? You want to know rats? Go look at my NightDoc/NEXPO video. Look at the dislike ratio on that. Oh, come on, Tommy. Now you're pushing it too far. We should go to that right motherfucking now. We'll read those comments. I had them pinned too. Check this out. I remember reading these. Hang on a second. Because I don't... Check this out. This is why they do it. This is why they're all rats. NEXPO and Night Docs want you to forget this part of the Mama Max story. And this was a year ago, in February. Right? Look at some of these comments. Let's see the bottom line. NEXPO really tried to stay out of the rant. NEXPO knew about it all along. Now, these guys are going to make me look fucking ridiculous because they're all positive comments.
Shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Someone quickly write something negative. Hurry up.
Why? What do you mean negative? Why?
No. I'm telling the chat to write something negative in the comments.
Why?
Because like they're all fucking positive.
Yeah, they're all positive. Yeah. Yeah, it just shows you the negative ones just stick with you. Hold on a second. The negative ones just stick with it. Yeah, now
it might have been just one.
Now I look like it's probably like one that just stuck in my head. Well, no, these were all fucking positive. I remember they deleted it. I don't know. I remember the ratio on this one was dramatically different. Saga continues. I usually like your Mac coverage, but this is huge cringe. I'm so happy. And it's like one. You're unhinged, but also right. It's the story of my life.
Fair. I say fair.
All right. So it just shows you the perception. It still proves my point. Like the perception is like a one bad comment. I just remembered it forever.
It's more of a you thing than
this is more of a me thing. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, this is more the yeah.
Well, what's the dislikes on this? I can't. Hold on a second. I got my thing for that. Hold on a second. Let me find my dislike. I'll find my ratio on that one. Hold on a second. Hold on. Bang. Let's see. Hold on a second. Analytics. I swear to God, if this is...
Watch it be like 95% positive.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Reach, engagement. I remember this being low, though. I swear to God, I'm not lying. It's just I misremembered.
Is it maybe a different video?
Likes. Oh my God, it's 90%. It's 90. All right, forget that whole part. You just forget it.
You just proved nothing. You just fucking proved nothing, man.
You're right. Fuck it.
Hold on. Maybe it's a different video. Maybe
yeah, I remember I made that. And somebody wrote something. It's pissed me off for fucking 14 months. Don't worry, Tommy. I sent a negative comment over there. I did.
Refresh.
No, it was totally well received. Oh God, I thought that this like ratio was like 79, 80, something like that. Okay.
Never mind. Back to fuck this dude.
Sorry.
Where he makes this video. So I put my statement out last year. Jim and I hashed this shit out. I tell him about everything that happened. And you know, he's aware of this. He's aware of all of this. And then Max digs up all these DMs that I've already talked to Jim and addressed with Jim about. So I'm not understanding what his goal is.
Well,
with this
Max's
video
angle that he wants.
What do you understand his goal? His goal is to fucking sabotage you, you stupid bastard.
Fucking smear you
to
idiot.
smear you fucking moron. I think that's the first $10. Let's see if it pops up
to
on
give
screen.
is to say that like you're the guy who spread this allegation, because it's currently the issue.
I don't understand. What is he trying to do? He's clear what he's trying to do. It was him, not me.
Max has the ability to do this because this was all verbal conversations. So he's kind of saying, no, you. That's his big response, is that you were the masterminds behind it. You were the one who spread it around. So
yeah, I like the way you put that, Nick. I never thought of it that way.
It's really Prox and Max's word against yours and I guess Nick Crowley's word, because I guess he went out and publicly said it.
It's kind of crazy because when Prox's section came up, I was floored. Prox and I were friends throughout the entire time I knew him.
Oh, he's a snake too? Who knew?
Because he had like fucking 5K subs. That's
Can
why
I
he's
get a
thinking-
Jerry Seinfeld? Who knew?
So him coming out and saying these factually untrue things about me.
It's just so shocking. Why would he say these factually untrue things? He made.
He's gonna say why it's factually untrue.
He made an entirely fucking career about it being. Oh no, you're talking about. Yeah, he's talking about.
It's like.
No,
it's
not.
crazy.
No, he's talking about the other guy now. Yeah, that's right.
I was like, oh my God, like that immediately.
Yeah, and he didn't say, you're right. He didn't say what's factually untrue. And they all did the same thing. Max did it to me in the last video. Here's a guy that puts all this misinformation about me. Not one, fucking out of like hours of streams. Not one fucking minor piece. All you got to put in is one or two to make the doubt.
Me that Max is being malicious here.
It's got to be a good one.
Like legitimately. And Prox, I don't know if Max paid him. I don't know if Max got into his head. I have no clue. But 5 months after I put out that statement with you about Jim, Prox sends me that, or when I was condemning Max also, Prox sends me that, and he was like, good times, brother, miss you so much. And then a year later.
So Prox is a fucking scumbag too. They're all fucking each other. Jesus Christ.
Here we are. And I'm like, Prox, what are you doing? So,
and keep in mind, these guys are all in their 30s. Like this, we've seen this before, like in the NCO, but all those guys were between like 16 and 22. Except for old fart Nerd City.
It's like he's literally, it tells me that Max's whole goal with this video is to just completely do a complete character assassination.
Yeah,
like
who knew?
Every single DM he pulls up was well after the revelation of Jim being a creep and me blindly trusting him, which I addressed a year ago on stream or with you and Lyric's stream. Like that is the fact. So I'm readdressing this. Like, yes, I should have reached out to Jim back then. Yes, I know. I messed up and I'm sorry.
But you don't like him anyway.
Like, that is on me. But
well, I guess people are kind of freaking out more.
If you are ever a friend with Mudahar, Night Docs, NEXPO, and be weary of Nick Crowley, you're an idiot.
Because it seems like, they're now seeing how involved you were with like the background angle of it. Because Jim is portrayed as this victim.
You're right about one thing for sure. None of these guys have any solid father figure or men in their lives. Fighting like women. No, I think that's it. I don't think that's me just being like Mr. Macho Red Pill, James. I really think that's the case. Because the only people I know that act like this consistently are fucking women. It's one thing Bill Maher said 20 years ago. Women hate each other. All talk.
When
the old ones do it, the young ones do it, the middle-aged ones do it, doesn't even matter.
And like, if you're telling the truth, and if Nick Crowley's
because what I worry about, James, is me coming off like, Mr. Red, like I'm coming off like that fucking idiot, Sneeko, or the other red pill morons. I'm not that guy. I think those guys are retards, right? And it's just all false bravado. But I think if you're this passive aggressive, there's something missing.
He's telling the truth, and Mudahar is telling the truth. That Max spread.
It's fucked up when women do it.
These allegations that he's a bad father. He's now
fresh
gone
and
back
fit. All of them. They're ridiculous.
On them, and he's saying that he didn't believe that at all in his new video.
Right.
And like that he was a pedo or whatever. The argument is that you guys contributed to like pushing him out of the friend group, and that wasn't really portrayed well in the interviews that we did on my channel. I guess that would be my best takeaway from that.
If I could go back in time and redo my interview with you on your channel, I would. I was like, I had like no sleep that night. You and I were like talking the night before, and then I woke up.
Relevant.
I was like completely out of it writing that, which I mean,
That's
I mean, that's on
nobody
me. That's
gets
no
the
one's fault but
point.
mine. But point is, like, yes, there were jokes.
I got this vibe from him last time because I remember when Nick interviewed him last time, like last year. I wasn't impressed, and I
that were
really
made in our DM friend group. That is a fact. Like I have always been a big jokester. I always banter with my friends. Like that's just how I am. I'm just, I don't know, man. I just like to joke around. But whenever this came out and time went on, I don't know. Jim became the butt of the joke to me. I don't know. Like I was dunking on someone
You hated him. He was in competition with you. Stop being such a
we call him a pedo.
who I thought was a
Don't call him a pedo. Said, yes, sure, he's a pedo.
stop being
Fuck it.
such an F slur.
predator. Like I'm
Isn't it great when your enemies turn out to be like horror, like pedophiles? It's so much fun.
sorry.
It's great.
Like
Makes things
It's
easier.
what- I can understand, like, yeah, because Nate Dogg is phony too. He's probably just annoying. You know. How much you want to bet this? Tell me this, James, since we're in the same wavelength. Maybe when he got divorced, he started getting pussy in front of all of them, and it pissed them off. I've seen that. Guys, you start fucking banging broads. I saw this in the Army, and if you start doing better than your homeboy and start picking up chicks, they get a little petty. I've seen it before.
like I cut him off because
Because,
like
And
I
he was
said,
already
I
cut
believe
off
Mac's
by this
incredible.
point, or were you
see, you should not have interrupted him there, Nick. You should have let him go.
still
See, Nick's not trying to get him.
You actually
And-
don't need to interact with real people. ever.
Exactly. Another strong father figure.
Shadow Kelly donated $11.23. Just wanted to come in and say I don't watch you as much as I should, but I really like your brutally honest opinions. I hope the best for you. PS fuck Alex and Kim Star.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm gonna rat these motherfuckers. I'm gonna rat fucking somebody out soon too. I'm as bad as they are.
associating
Yes,
with him when you thought he was a
I
predator?
never. I find it interesting that Max brought up so many things about me constantly asking about Jim during our friendship, which was not the case at all. I really loved being around Jim. He was really fun. I
You sure could have fooled me.
always invited him.
It's like Munahar. He takes both sides of it. He just covers all the bases. All these
He
guys
just,
are
like leaves a sliver.
I
of
love
just
Jim,
maybe,
but I won't
just
talk to
maybe.
him. And the only reason I dropped him is because somebody told me he was a pedophile when I made fun of him. And when I found out it wasn't true, I just made sure that we hatched it up and we're finished, me and him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, Muna's in the same fucking thing. It's so funny. They never had a friendship in their
It's spineless.
lives.
Fucking spineless.
It's just-
That's
yeah,
all it
it's
is. It's just
just it.
spineless. This is just all me,
That's it.
me. That's
I
all
am.
it is.
Let me tell you something too. That what makes me value, and I'm not gonna kiss your ass, because it's not like I don't because it's not gonna make me any money. I am really lucky about the Shot from the Point news team. In basically for the 7 years it's been in existence, it's been nothing but a positive in my life, and actually developed into actual friendships. And I don't think any of these motherfuckers can say it. PewDiePie even got fucked over by what's his name? That stupid, phony Irish autistic guy.
Ive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
That's
everybody
another
got
one.
screwed.
Yeah.
All those guys, all those Englishmen YouTubers that came up, they all hate each other. Alex, Tombstone Teeth Willany, James Marriott with his awful
Half of the
music.
fucking sidemen hate each other too.
You know what I found out? Blue Stank told me he doesn't talk to James anymore. They were like this.
Yeah.
They were like tight. Yeah, I know what happened. James started fucking moving up in the world, and you're not doing YouTube anymore, so peace, see you later, bitch. You're not my clique. That's who they are. When I lived in Germany, I still call my best friend back in Woodbridge. I don't get that. I don't understand it. Actually, I wish I could talk to him more often. I still call it home. I was like, well, I'm in Germany now, so I'm in a different group.
Things. We went to the
And
beach.
by the way, I wasn't older. I was in my 40s. I was in my 20s. You know.
together. He can corroborate this. He came to my wedding. Jim can corroborate this. He would always come over for 4th of July, garage hangouts, all of these things.
He hasn't said one bad thing that Jim done. He only just speaks in Jim in a positive light. But he's a doesn't like him for other
Yeah, fuck
reasons.
him. This is all
Just to
fucking
hang out
private reasons
during
I can't
COVID.
say.
And Jim can corroborate this. Like,
Did Nick cut out the fucking donations? Because I feel like they were up there.
I just don't understand why Max is doing this character assassination, because it's factually untrue. Like, all these things are untrue.
I don't.
Yes,
get
I
it.
had DMs. Yes, I had jokes.
Maybe deep down, like Muda says, he really wanted to help kids. That's why he's doing this to you. Maybe that's it. Call me crazy.
In the group chat, yes, they were to Nick and they were to Max. Yes, I joke around and I'm sorry. But when it comes to perpetuating this narrative that Jim is a pedophile to everyone around us, no, that was not me. I'm not out to get Jim. I never have been. I've always.
Will you say definitive?
You didn't do anything to find out if it's true or not, though, too, did you? It's just like
Yeah,
you didn't
just-
like the guy, you
fucking
heard it, the pedo hunter told you. Whoop! That's a wrap. Because he said a bunch of. How much you want to bet if there's a man scale that Night Dogs is on the highest part of it? Even though he's a big pussy too. Never forget that man after what they did to him, what his friends did to him, dumped him off. He desperately tried to get back in by fucking completely debating me in the most bad faith way possible.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it happened.
I'm sure.
It's fucking recorded.
I'm sure it happened. Dude.
It happened. Fucking Commentary AIDS reposted it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It is. If you ever get a chance in one of my videos, that thing, me and him go back at it. And Vito's got to calm me down because you know what? Because I smell bitch. I smelled liar.
Definitively that you didn't spread it outside the group of people who already knew.
Yes, I did not spread it outside the group of people who already knew. Yes.
Okay.
And that is why I'm so fucking thrown off by this, because
Why does he keep saying that? Why does he keep saying that he's thrown off by this? This came out of nowhere. Like, oh, your best friend did it to you?
Do you think
I
he
even
was
put it.
worried that there's more? Possibly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like,
Did I
okay, thank
whitewash
God.
everything?
He just got
Did I
ghosted.
whitewash everything? Yeah, because remember when Max points out, like, yeah, you might be able to delete these, but you won't be delete the ones that you left the group then. Ha ha. Yeah, maybe he's
so
just
then,
fucking
then
sitting
he
there
was just fucking worried
sweating
about it.
his balls off. There's something else. And I fucked this girl and she told me she was fucking 17 afterwards. Oh, what do I do? Would it shock you? Would it shock you, Chuck? Put it one in the chat if it wouldn't shock you. The way things roll around this fucking place.
I
Not
put
at all,
context in my Mega Drive.
You know, I don't talk to Joey anymore, but we were watching one of NEXPO's videos because Joey was a big fan. I do miss him. But you know the Yuba County 5 are?
Fuck no.
The half retarded guys that went to the basketball game and then drove into the woods and no one ever saw them again, where they found them like after
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
you know,
yes,
Yuba
yes,
County
yes.
5, all right. So watching NEXPO's video and we're going, there, make a right there, no, make a left there. It was so fun.
Which now it is kind of funny, like that Max can't access it after you brought that up. I didn't even think about
Yuba County 5, make a right there.
that, but I did put context to one of the things that Max does share in his video. That
There
yes,
it is. Yes, Meg, because you didn't like it's the first $10 because you didn't stick up for Max, you fucking idiot. That's why. That's what I. Why is he doing this to me? Why? Because you didn't stick up for him. If you had thrown him under the bus, and you all threw him under the bus because you knew what train was coming, you knew he was full of shit. Oh, this is, and sometimes I wonder, oh wow, Max finally got figured out what we knew all along. I wonder if that's true.
Yes, I was approached by Oki at the VidCon that got canceled in 2021 in that October.
Okay.
And yes, he asked me about Max, or asked me about Jim. And no, I did not disclose any details to Oki. I told him that yes, we separated, but I don't really want to talk about it. Like that's kind of as far as it went. Oki pried a little bit, but
He told him.
I didn't want to share this with anyone because I don't want to.
He doesn't know. I think you hit it on the head. He has no idea.
No, by the way, I think he told Oki.
Yeah, he probably did.
By the
Yeah,
way
he
that
did.
he's talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. He doesn't know what he
told
said
Oki.
and what he didn't say and when, or if there's anything else out there.
I did.
Or here's
No,
another
no,
thing.
it's
And
private.
Max is smart enough to do this, by the way. Max, he's afraid another video's coming out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You hit it right in the head. I didn't even see it coming. You ought to be more useful more often. You fucking Arab. Jesus.
I liked my friendship with Jim, and it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Even if the Max thing never happened, though, you did. Why do you keep telling people this?
We made
You're lucky that
together, right?
you're
We
lucky
made
that
good
guy.
videos.
You're lucky that guy Nine Ducks came in here and tried to suck my dick. That's right. You're lucky. You're lucky because he's unlikable too. He's unsufferable too. And so is Mudahar. And so is Max. And probably Nick Crowley, even though I don't know the fuck he is. Bet he'd fuck his own mother for a nickel too, because the rest of them would fucking let you take turns if you doubled the nickel.
I don't know, man. I didn't want to like bury him, you know. I don't want to.
But
I didn't want to
see,
poison
the
the love
only
for
I don't
him.
want to bury you, but oh god,
I don't
shut
mean
the
to, like-
fuck up. I know, and I could hear. That's another thing. I could hear this tonight, because it was like 4:00 in the morning my time. I listen to shit. I just finished my day's end session, right? Yeah, and I'm listening to Nick, and I could hear Nick going, but you know, you didn't. You deleted the tweet. I could hear him going, I could hear him fucking lying to me. I could hear him. Because he doesn't talk like that. If you say something stupid around Nick, because I have, he just corrects you. Not even corrects you. That's annoying. No, he goes, oh, so that means this? You got to be constantly on your toes with this guy. I know Nick's picking up on all of this.
I don't want to be like a dick, but like if he's
Yeah, you see what I mean? I don't want to be a dick because I could.
fucking predator, you know, then maybe like you
Yeah.
want to bury him, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
See, Nick told me he wasn't trying to bury NEXPO.
I just didn't want to. I didn't want to be the one
He
to
buried
channel
himself.
that information to other people. I just wanted
Maybe the reason is you didn't know if it was true or not.
to cut him off and move on.
Is that fucking? Oh god, Billy Mitchell. Discount code Carl Lost. Nicholas DeOrio approved hot sauce. That just fucking happened right now. That's
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell's
Billy-
is in his hand.
Billy Mitchell thinks Nick likes him. That's the funny part.
That's all
Okay.
good.
Dude, Nick
That's really
owns,
Billy Mitchell.
Like 3
Well,
signed.
remember he
posters.
bought.
Billy
Yeah,
Mitchell.
he got. Yeah, he started putting it in his arcade. I should get one of them too. It'd be funny, right?
You buy one, please. I will buy you one.
You buy me a Nick one? You probably
I will
get
buy you
yeah,
one.
yeah, I want to get one too. I'm totally ripping Nick's idea off, but it would still be funny. Nick doesn't show himself. I do. So he doesn't show
okay.
it. Okay.
There's one. This is a question that a lot of people are asking: is how come you
If Nick was ever mad at you, you would regret waking up in the morning. I promise you.
deleted your DMs with Max?
Because I knew he was going to.
You're lucky I have no subs because everybody
Oh,
be goofing on
go
you.
back.
What?
5 seconds.
What do you mean 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
Do 10.
Yeah.
That's really Billy Mitch. Okay. There's one. This is a question that a lot of people are asking: is how come you deleted your DMs with Max?
Here we go.
Because I knew he was going to create a false narrative about me. Like
Yeah.
he did
Oh,
in
that's
this
all right.
video.
I was wrong. He didn't say video. He knew he was going to create a false narrative about you. Okay.
It's still.
All right.
it's
All right.
still
What's the
kinda
problem with
check
that?
shit,
That makes it even worse. What's the problem with that? He just spent the last 20 minutes saying, I don't know why he's doing this.
So he
They're
knew,
such
but he didn't know.
liars!
But maybe.
They're such liars.
I don't know.
He spent the last 20 minutes like, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know where this is coming from.
There's one. This is a
Well,
question that a
we'll
lot of
just
people are
make a few
asking:
jokes.
is how come you deleted your DMs with Max?
Because I knew he was going to create a false narrative about me.
Oh, you knew
like he
it,
did in this
did you?
video.
But it-
You knew it. You're such a lying sack of shit.
What a fucking scumbag.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It was
Knew he was
specifically
going to.
with Max. You didn't like wipe them everywhere. You deleted them with Max.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
did it the day I spoke out about Max because I knew this day was coming. I know how Max is.
What do you mean? How could you know he came from left
Oh, you
field?
forgot about it. I felt like there was nothing there.
Oh God. Yeah, I think one of his uncles is the Yuba County 5.
I know he is really good at
Turn!
telling a story.
Left turn, right turn. Don't go that way. Run!
And he's really good at picking very specific DMs out of context to show
But I thought you didn't know that.
people to portray a story. And in this case,
All right, I'm going to say this right now. I think these guys knew Max was scamming. How about that? I'm allowed to think that. Do I have any evidence? No. I think every one of them knew what he was fucking doing, including Motohar. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I can't believe, guys. I know Motohar's smart. Unfucking
enough, I
real. Unfucking real. Oh, here's Muda's apology. Oh, it looks like it might have happened. Hold on. Maybe he's had enough. Hold on.
Hello, it's me, Mudahar, and I would like to make a statement concerning an individual called Tommy C. First off, I'm sorry you have to stream with that fake wannabe Aladdin motherfucker called Vault. I'm sorry you're senile and fat. I'm sorry that India has a festival where you throw poop at each other. I apologize, and I am truly sorry that Jeannie has a limp tit.
All right, it's good. Me and Moto are good now. Let's just close it. Let me close this out.
he did so anyway by bringing procs on and filling in the gaps at the beginning of my section with all these false points about my friendship with Jim and me being so interested in the background about Jim. So basically, yes, I did delete everything because I know how Max is. Max is a liar. He
literally spent the first 20 fucking minutes. He can even fucking call DEORIO.
Is he up?
Are you there? Let me call him on a fucking phone.
Send him just hold on. Let me send him a DM.
That's fucking funny. No, he's not there. His thing's off. He's probably getting ready to stream himself.
He's probably working.
It's unbelievable. I might split this into two videos.
I think it's like we've gone on for like 81 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm
we
like,
still haven't touched our second topic.
No, what is our
It's
second
kind of like
topic?
took over.
Tomorrow's Friday, so we push it.
Yeah, fuck it,
Unbelievable.
dude. Let's fucking finish this.
All right, sure.
How much of this is left?
me that to my face that he is a
No,
liar.
not much.
But did you?
He proved it. What do you mean?
How did you delete all of your DMs? Did you do it manually?
Yeah, I did it manually because I don't want him making any false narratives about me because I know he would.
Well, you could have also deleted false narrative truth shit too.
I know he would.
But you don't have like your own copy to refer back to?
No, I don't.
He spent the first fucking 20 minutes saying he
that's
didn't
funny.
know why he did this or where it was coming from. And then when he asked about the DMs, he says, because I knew he was going to do it.
Oh,
That's
there he is.
hysterical.
Hey, Nick.
Nick, you there? Is he here? Nick, you here? Is that real Nick? Or is that somebody fucking
Yeah, it's
real?
me.
Yeah.
Do you realize?
What's up?
All right, I want to get this back in the spot where it was. Do you remember the first part of your call with NEXPO?
Yeah.
What did he talk about mostly? If you can remember, I'll refresh your memory. Don't worry, this is not a trick question, or I'm not trying to fucking trap you or anything.
Well, wait. Did you hear the part where he was kind of talking to the audience first? Is that what you're referring
Nope.
to? Because I walked.
No.
away.
You were there. You said you either did. Here's what I think happened, because you told him, "Look, I'm not looking to trap you. I'm just trying to iron the shit out." Right. So you were unbelievably generous, and probably in that way, being generous, you missed something big. Right.
Oh, what did I miss?
Let's see if I can.
Oh wait,
find
I can't hear it. My bad.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna see. I want to get to the point when he asked about the DMs.
That Max can't access it after you brought that up. I didn't
Hold on a second. Hold on.
even think about that, but I did put context to one of the things that Max does share in his video. That yes, I was approached by Oki at the VidCon that got canceled in 2021 in that
All right.
October.
We got to find.
And
this.
yes, he asked me about Max or asked me about Jim.
Hold on.
Operated, but I didn't want to share this with anyone because I don't know, man. I didn't want to bury him. I don't.
He's a fucking predator.
All right.
Other people.
By the way, great question. If he's such a predator, why y'all hanging out with him, talking behind his back? That was really good.
That was why I
just
called.
wanted to-
I started off that was what I locked in on. I'm
Yeah. You got something bigger and you didn't realize it.
Cut him off and move on.
Is that fucking? Oh God.
Billy Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
That's Billy Mitchell. You
I
get
have
Bill-
Billy Mitchell moderated in my YouTube chat, so he's bleeding every time he pops up.
You have Billy Mitchell, and I have Kevin Blanco. We're even.
Lost. Nicholas DeOrio proved hot
He came back, by the way.
sauce. That just fucking happened right now. That's
That sounds
okay.
good.
That's really your
Hold on.
DMs with Max.
Okay, here we go.
There's one. This. No,
right.
That's
What is the problem with the way he answers this? Think really hard.
That sounds
okay.
good.
That's really Billy Mitch. Okay. There's one. This is a question that a lot of people are asking: is how come you deleted your DMs with Max?
Because I knew he was going to create a false narrative about me, like he did.
What's the problem with that answer? He spent the first 20 minutes of your conversation saying, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know why he would make these things up. The whole first part of your conversation is about Max and him just being, I'm so shocked. I don't understand why he would do this. He even said that. And then when you ask about the DMs, oh yeah, I deleted him because I knew he'd do this to me. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't be shocked because he's lying and then delete the DMs because you knew he was going to lie.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. My brain, when I heard him say that, was like,
I could hear it.
okay.
I could hear it.
But
Yeah, I'm not calling you out. I'm not calling you out.
Yeah, my point is, I really didn't buy it. My next question was like, hey, so how'd you do it? Did you use React or did you go back and get every
Nick,
single
Nick,
one
Nick,
of
I'm not
those?
calling you out. I'm not
just saying, like, I don't believe him by that
Yeah,
point. That's why I'm
yeah.
asking, like, oh, you didn't like record a picture or a screen
Yeah,
recording of when you deleted all
No.
these, like.
Yeah, and I don't know if
Somebody had commented, they go, I don't think Nick pushed him enough there, and I'm like, I think every single Audible viewer who watched that segment came away going, oh, yeah.
Yes,
that
I
doesn't
think.
sound
Well,
good.
here's, and I've been in this position before too. I was in this position with who's the guy Charlie covered on me? I didn't go after him. Everybody said I didn't go after him. The yeah guy when I interviewed him, right? And he let a bunch of shit slip on my channel because I didn't go after him. I'm not saying to go after. And you also promised him you're not trying to do a gotcha moment or anything. You started
No,
off.
I watched I watched Chud's coverage of this yesterday, and he came away making all the points, and I'm like, okay, so I've mapped enough out here that people can get a good segment out of this. My idea when I have these people in the call is I want to keep them in the call, I want to keep them talking, I want to see what they have to say, and then like people break it down from there. I'm not trying to like run him off with one question.
Yes, and but I'm totally agree. This is not me calling you out. This is not anything like that. Honestly, I didn't notice it when I was listening to it live, right? Because I gave you 2 donations. I just noticed it now. He spends the first minute saying, I can't, like, where did this come from? And then you ask him about the delete. He's like, oh, I knew he was going to do it to me. Can't have it both ways there, Jack.
Yeah. There's no way.
I got a new one for you. And you know what? You know what? I haven't heard, you know what? It's been a long time since anybody said I was unhinged. I'm going to say this. I think all fucking 3 of them knew that Max was scamming people. How about that? It doesn't.
I don't know. I don't like the way that Mudahar interacted with you. I went through some of the messages I had with him around that time frame on my stream yesterday. This whole thing just kind of grosses me out. It seems like all the friends were trying to, in some capacity, push away from Max definitively in a way that would keep them from looking like astroturfers for the weird fake pedo allegation guy.
By the way, like Nick on Muda's stream, he referred to Night Dogs as just some guy.
Yeah,
I know.
Some guy called Night.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
I was like, whoa, you fucking knew him. You fucking knew the guy.
You guys were friends.
Yeah, and he wasn't like, oh, I don't like that guy when we were covering this last year, was he? He seemed like he was pretty apologetic to him.
Oh, by the way, newsflash, Mudahar, big news, is no longer collabing with anybody. Those days are behind him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Except for Nux. Nux is all right, guys.
Yeah, if I was such a raging snake, I wouldn't either.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Well, Mudahar fooled me. I didn't get it.
At the end of my segment, my goal was for that to become like out of his control.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make people aware that he's like a crazy snake last night when I went through his stuff. So hopefully that's not a his decision kind of thing, more of just like a general, just be aware of this guy's a complete fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, man. What is this stupid picture he gave me? Oh, give me the thumbs up. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your big... I mean, the thing is, right, I don't like I mean, I can give a level of charitability I don't think that you guys can really afford to him. Because in this video, I'm one of the segments. And I'm not like a named segment. I'm not a huge portion of the video. But
Yeah.
if you go through my thing, or you don't really even have to, it's not really super relevant. He just takes 2 DMs and creates an entire fabricated story of how I backstabbed him. And if you go through all the messages, it is completely false.
Yeah.
So on one level, I think that NEXPO sounds like he's lying. I think that Mutahar probably is lying. But I also can look at, in this same context of this video, how my DMs were like how a narrative was formed through my DMs that I had full access to, that I could then just show my stream and explain it to them.
I actually did offer him that charitability in the last one. I said, this is my exact words. I don't know if I like, because what he does is 2 things. He says, Mutahar, you know, when I was in Lanzarote, says, oh, you put Tommy on suicide watch, ha ha ha. You know, I don't know if those are fake. And considering these guys have lied so much, I can't know. I can only know if Mutahar tells me if they're true or not. So tell me if they're true. And then the next part, he says he talks shit about you all the time. Well, I can completely dismiss that, because one thing can be true, and then he's adding on salt in the wound, hoping that I go after him or whatever, create whatever chaos that Max wants to create. But I basically said, hey, prove Max wrong. And I haven't heard a fucking thing. He still follows me. He still has access.
There's a message just like that about me too. I you probably caught the one obviously about you, where they're like, Tommy's on fucking suicide watch. But there was one about Jim, where all of them were in a group chat, like laughing at a tweet that Jim made toward me when I was criticizing Max's content earlier. I completely missed that when I'd first watched it.
Well, you know, you want to think about this. Mudahar's a lying sack. We know that. This guy Night Docs is obviously say anything to get at him. And by the way, I said something about his. I want to go back and check, because I did a video on him in February of last year. I wasn't impressed with him back then, right? You have NEXPO, who's a lying sack. You have Night Docs, who has been completely dumped and screwed over by these guys. And I have no doubt that this guy was annoying at worst. And then Maxie, and he came over to fucking take me on because I have the little show and fucking smack me in the face. But he ended up getting bitch smacked himself because he wanted to get back into him after they were calling him a pedo. I mean, all of them, all 4 of them. And then you have the new guy.
Well, it's not like Night Docs knew they were calling him a pedo.
They didn't?
Yeah, but he kind of like knew
they were.
He was pushed aside.
Yeah, he knew he was being pushed aside, but dude, I'm sorry. You don't know what your friends are saying.
If I'm not mistaken, Mutahar said that he approached him with Jen. He had some fucking deal.
But like, was it about the pedo
You might
stuff?
actually be right. Did he defend Max after the pedo
Yes,
stuff?
and he called me to defend Max after that would have taken place. It's unbelievable. And then you had the other guy that vouched for fucking Max in the video. He's a scumbag too, probably.
Yeah, probably.
He's lying. I'm sure he's lying about. They're all lying about you. All 4 of them, 5 of them. And Nick Crowley, I would be shocked about him either. Although I haven't found anything. You know.
Nick Crowley went and added me on Discord, but I haven't spoken to him.
I don't believe a word he says.
The one thing I found super funny is Mutahar like released his statement as soon as I moved on to the next segment when I was streaming.
Yeah.
Like he didn't release it until NEXPO was off the stream.
Yeah.
And then and then all of a sudden it just popped up, so I had to cover it the next day. I'm actually like splicing the VOD together, so it's all one video, so it's not like an additional thing, so everyone has to see it around the same time.
I mean, we've seen some rats since we were doing this, but this is next level. We've never seen everybody being a rat. Like, there was a blue stank among Alex's crew. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing I can compare these guys to is those English guys. You know?
All I'm getting at is that, like, all I'm getting, like, from this whole situation is that Mutahar has always been like this. I think
yes, I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Yeah. I wonder if Charlie's like this, too. I think they're all like this. All of them. Every one of them.
You know what I just want to like point out right now?
What?
Out of like the Mutahars and stuff, for every Mutahar, there's like a fucking what's his name? Oompaville. There's an Oompaville, right? Mudahar tries to give you his opinion, but he's kind of just a people-pleasing loser with no actual positions on anything.
Yeah.
Oompaville doesn't have any real positions on anything either, but he'll tell you about it. He'll be like, I don't
Yeah,
give a
he
fuck
said
about
that to
any
me.
of this stuff,
Yeah,
and he'll
yeah,
just
but
do a video about
he
it.
said that to me on lolcow. He was really honest. It's the only reason I kind of respect him.
Yeah,
I
I honestly respect that. I'm not going to get my drama from Oompaville, Charlie, or Mudahar, but I could at least respect that, like, Oompaville is honest, that he doesn't
I don't know if Charlie's just usually fucks stuff up because he's not as like, I don't know if Charlie. I'm joking. I'm being facetious. I don't know if Charlie's like Mudahar, but it's just like because Charlie's like the closest thing to Mudahar, right? But it wouldn't shock me if he was just as bad and just as phony.
No, they're all
and
levels of bad.
actually, we can't talk about it, and you're aware of it, and it has something to do with Baited. We know fucking about something about Charlie that was kind of cowardly. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, you know what I'm talking
I know
about.
this too.
Yes, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I think I know about
let's
this,
leave it at that. All right. But because it's not my story to tell. But yeah, so Charlie's been, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was an honest mistake. Maybe it's his friend set up the whole thing. So maybe that was it. But I am nobody. Nobody's allowed over my house.
No new internet friends.
No.
I was telling my chat last night, I go, I didn't want to hang out with like fucking shitter losers anymore because, like, you know, the flamencos of the world have way too much time on their hands to like fucking hunt you down and talk about you 24 hours a day for the next 5 years. So I didn't want to make friends like that anymore who have literally nothing to gain, no financial incentive to be rational, normal people. So I was like, okay, I'm probably safer with bigger YouTubers, right? Because if they fuck me over, there's like a huge financial, like they could end up like actually getting in a lot of trouble if they do something psychotic. They don't have time, right? Because it's their job. And then I met Mudahar, and now I'm just like, I don't think that I can trust any YouTubers outside of the social group that I've made.
Is going to be fun.
And you know what the worst part
it was
about
just
this?
whiplash, yeah.
Because you jumped up. I was at the 100, 200 sub level for like a year or two. You know that? It was happening then. The same shit. Happens at the top, happens at the bottom. Remember, I was with Cronin for a while. You know that?
Yeah, it perplexes me how these guys go for, like, because you'd think Mudahar has been around here. If he was fucking crazy, people would have figured it out. And I don't think he's even malicious, by the way. I think he's fucking crazy. Someone's like, oh, you lost a lot of respect for Mudahar. What would it take to get it back? I go, dude, I think he's psychotic. It's not about respect. I don't think that he acts in rational ways. So no, I can never be friendly with Mudahar again. That's like a glass shatter moment.
But
you
like,
can take as much tape and glue as you want. The glass is
sad part, because you know, the
man.
thing is, and I still feel this way too. Like, I really liked his wife, but apparently she got in this horse shit too, sticking her nose in it. I mean, so what? He wanted to spit roast. I just found out what that meant today, my boomer ass. I didn't know what that. I had no idea what that meant.
Up next, you can learn about Eiffel Towering. Okay.
I had no idea what that meant. None. No idea.
Yeah.
Fucking
Fucking YouTubers suck, dude.
They really do. Well, we're lucky. Look. Wang, Willie, fucking Wavy. We have met some great people. The SFTP crew.
Yeah, Edwin, John.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god.
Salvo.
All right. All right. Stop now. Stop there. Stop.
Michael Alberto.
I warned you about Pomex. I warned you. All right, Nick. I appreciate you coming on.
Have a good one, buddy.
We even really need to do anymore. No, I don't think so.